I want to share with you why happiness is not where you left it. So stick around for some motivation. Have you ever looked back on a period or an event in your life where you thought, I wish I could go back to that time, or I wish I could still be like that? Because I know I have. But there's one incident especially from my life, and I really want to share it with you. I do need to put in a warning though. This story contains me being very open about my previous mental health issues, including when I attempted to take my own life. So just bear that in mind. But the reason I'm sharing it with you, and it's also the reason why I do what I do now, is because if it just helps that one person, I'm well happy. Back in 2014, I'd been out of the British military for about 2 years, and I decided to go and visit some friends who were still serving. I'd done this for two reasons. Firstly, I'll be honest with you, I was struggling a little bit to deal with being a civilian. And secondly, because I felt assured that being around like-minded people would make me feel much better. That was very, very wrong. There's a whole lot going on in my life prior to this though that I need to share with you. And it starts with the day I left the military on April Fool's Day 2012. Standard me, leaving on April Fool's Day. Anyway, I had had an incredibly successful career, and truth be told, I loved it. I just knew it was the time for me to go and get on with the next chapter of my life, which, if I'm honest, surprised a lot of people. It just felt like the right time to move on. I was just about to turn 30 years old, and it just felt right. So during my career I had many different roles, from working and touring with the Special Forces, spending time working with the bomb disposal units, and being selected to work as a personal protection driver. Amongst many other things I'd done, I bloody loved it. However, it just felt like the right time, and the spark from this though had come from the unfortunate passing from my father a year earlier. His passing had made me question and think about time we had on this earth and what we should do with it. I knew I wanted to travel and see the world, create some incredible memories, and I wanted to do it while I was still young. I was fortunate enough to have been left some inheritance from my dad to facilitate the travelling. It seemed to be it just seemed to be all right. As I always say, the universe will give you what you need, not what you want. First things first though, let's celebrate my 30th birthday. And where better? Las Vegas, the great kickoff. What a week that was. It was the start to what was an amazing time seeing the world. I spent time in Thailand studying the national sport of Muay Thai, then on to other parts of the world. But eventually, I did come back. This was a very strange period for me though, as I felt like everything had moved on. I didn't really fit anymore. As much as I'd learned about culture, myself, and all my ventures, I felt so out of place when I returned, and I couldn't work out what I was meant to do. This played on my mind a lot. What should I do? I remember being sat in a friend's living room when another friend rang me that I used to serve with, and they said, hey, come down and see me. They invited me down. I thought, great, just what I need. I'll go and be around people who I know and trust, and this will make me feel much better. When I arrived, I'm not going to lie, it was incredible. I was back in the group that I'd missed so very much. We all got ready and the mood was incredible. We were laughing and joking and messing around. We went to a couple of bars. Something felt a little bit off though. They were having conversations about the military, which I couldn't be part of. When I've been with these guys though, I was their senior and I was the person who delivered operational information to them. Now I wasn't even allowed in the conversation. When I realised this, it struck me like a hammer to the chest, and I thought, oh no, I'm not part of the group anymore, I'm an outsider. For some reason this really hurt. You see, the military becomes your family, and you live and you breathe and you trust the people you serve with because your life depends on it, right? When a lot of service personnel leave the military, they find the adjustment very hard, yet they can still talk to mates on a regular basis, and they can almost make the transition gradual. Not for all, but for some. My mistake was that I just vanished off around the world and never spent the time to adjust, and now, in this one night of all those realisations were happening, it got in my head, and the feeling got worse and worse, until I just said to the lads, right guys, I'm heading back to the hotel. As much as they protested, I just knew I wanted to leave. The nail in the coffin though, was that as soon as I left, I turned back to see that they had all gone back just to laughing and joking, like I'd never even been there. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because those guys were out on a night. They'd had a hard week, they deserved to be having a great time. It just confirmed in my head what I'd been thinking. So off I wandered. I went to the local shop and I bought a bottle of vodka, and I was just planning on drinking it in the hotel till I fell asleep. Just forget about it, Rob, I thought. You just need to go on another adventure. Anyway, I started drinking and drinking and thinking and thinking, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought how irrelevant I was. I'm not ashamed right now to tell you that I was walking down the road and I was sobbing my eyes out. I mean, real heartfelt tears. I was mentally lost. And that was only exaggerated by the alcohol I was consuming, until eventually I was on a footbridge above a dual carriageway, and I thought to myself, right, that's it. I've no purpose anymore, so what's the purpose of me being here? I hopped up onto the side. Genuinely, I was going to throw myself off. I remember clearly that I was swaying, and then all of a sudden I fell backwards, back onto the walkway. And as I lay there, looked at the stars, I began to laugh, and I mean, I don't just mean a snigger, I mean belly laugh. I remember staring at the stars laughing and thinking, right, okay, so that didn't work. So what is my purpose then? The universe obviously isn't done with me yet. It must be just a good 20 minutes or so before I even got up and just started to walk back. I'm honestly not clear as to the next part, don't remember it. I just remember waking up without a hangover and a real sense of purpose to move forwards. I knew that I'd been given a gift. I didn't know what to do with it yet, or what it was. It was about 5 or 6 days later when, out of the blue, another guy gave me a call, and I hadn't spoken to this guy for about 4 years. Anyway, I answered the phone, and he was just an old friend, and after a couple of minutes of usual banter, you know, military guys are just, that's the way we are, I could sense something wasn't right. I stopped the conversation and asked him, hey, look, what's up, mate? It turned out that he struggled to adjust when he left the military, and that him and his wife were splitting up. After about an hour of me and him just talking, he said he felt really, really enlightened and so much better. And in just talking to somebody he'd served with, it made him feel amazing. I never mentioned what happened to me only a few nights earlier, I only listened to him. However, the conversation had sparked something really clear in my mind. Just like when my car breaks, I'm the kind of person who wants to know why it happened, and I want to fix it myself, if I can. So when my brain had a wobble, I wanted to know why and how I could fix it. So I started to read and to learn and to study, and anything I could do to get more information about the mind and figure out how we do what we do. How had I got to the stage that I'd got sat on a bridge wanting to end it all? What had happened? The more I learned, the more I understood. And the more I understood, the more people kind of reached out to me. Not just people who were having trouble, but also people who wanted to be happy and feel motivated, like I had become. Funny thing is, I never connected the dots really. I didn't even see the two things were connected until years later when somebody said to me, my life, this is what you should be doing. This is your calling. And shortly after that conversation, I read the following. And this really truly made me see what's happened was meant to happen. Happiness is not where you left it. Like a huge bang, I finally understood. I was trying to live in the past. I mean, it was so much so that I couldn't see the incredible things that were happening to me right now. I was transfixed on what I had done and not what I was doing or what I could do. And from that moment on, I realised something very clearly. I am who I am, and I'm so happy with that. Who I was made me who I am now. It shaped me into who you see right now. I'm nowhere near perfect, I get that. Yet I'm so unbelievably happy with who I am. And if I know that I can change into whoever I want to become, brilliant. You can do the same. Look, money comes and goes, and then it can come again. If you've lost it, you can make it again. Don't get fixed on it. And say things like, when I had money, that's in the past, you're not going that way. If you're overweight and you used to be fit, then let's move forward and lose weight. Don't say things like, when I was slim, work towards being slim if that's what you want. And remember, in helping others, you help yourself. Look guys, I am super happy I went through that experience because it means that I can stop many others going through it. The thing is, it will get better. It always does. It has for me, and let me tell you, it has not been easy, but you just need to keep moving forward and never ever give up. There's a saying I think fits really well here, and it's going to end this video. but you don't get anything from a meal you had 2 years ago other than a memory. You get fuel from the things you eat now. Think about it. So my friends, be daring, be you, be all you can be. Be someone who lives to the present and doesn't get transfixed on what and who they were. Because that, my friends, is the mindset peacocking way. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please like, share, comment. That stuff all means the world to me. But please don't forget to subscribe as well so you don't miss out on the next one that comes. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.